Okay, so wheels back on. Not managed to get to the front brakes, so even though the back ones are bled, just going to use the handbrake just to control it. Get this spun out, clean the garage up, turn it around, and then we'll bring the front end in. Some new matting going down, just to make my life a little bit easier. I'm doing my yoga lessons underneath the car, so they should hopefully come out to about halfway, which is all I need. Yeah. Well, there she is, turned around. We did have some video earlier on of us moving the car out of the garage, bringing it back in. Unfortunately, the camera I was using decided to actually move, so all I ended up getting was 8 minutes of the floor. That's one of those videos that's never going to be seen, but like I said, we've managed to get it spun around, got it back in. We managed to actually get the front brakes bled, especially through the ABS system. So we knew beforehand where we bled the rear brakes, they seemed to be okay, but we weren't getting anything on the fronts, and obviously the pedal was just disappearing to the ground. I was able to soak the bleed nipples here with some stuff, clean it up a little bit, and luckily we managed to get those released without any issues. We connected up 2 drain hoses into a central pot. I also used some of that new equipment that I bought the other week. It's down there. It's a 3 litre pressurized container, and you can basically, you've got loads of attachments with it. It's quite a good bit of kit, to be fair. It's basically a copy of the Sealy version, where you basically put in your brake fluid, connect the end cap onto your brake reservoir, put a bit of pressure into the system. Any fluid that you then drain from the calipers is just replenished automatically, so it's been a great help. Had my daughter around on the Friday to assist us. We hooked up the VCDS software to the car. She ran the program for bleeding the brakes. There's a set sequence of doing it, which was more to do with the ABS than anything else, and it was quite glad we did it, actually, because obviously with the clear hoses we could see the amount of air that was coming out, especially for this side. There was a ton of air in the system, so we had to do that quite a few times, but we managed to get all the air out of the ABS system and obviously out through the calipers, so they now work, albeit they are going to get replaced. But for now, I think I'm going to basically keep them connected. I'll remove the calipers and hang them within the wheel arch somewhere, but I'm not going to break into the hydraulic system until I'm ready to actually put new calipers on, and then we'll just do a quick hose swap. So yeah, so that's all done. So we're quite impressed with that. Obviously the kits did what they needed to do, VCDS did what we needed it to do. The only thing I'd say was that it doesn't actually give you a completion mark on VCDS. It just sort of repeats itself. And again, apologies I didn't have the video for that, but if you want to do a bit of research, just type in VCDS brake bleed for ABS modules. There's tons of videos out there of people showing you what to do. It's very easy to use, but the only downside is, like I said, it doesn't give you a completion thing. So you have to gauge what comes out of your clear hoses. If it's just fluid coming through, then that's a good indication you got rid of all the air in the system. Let's have a look underneath to see what we've got ahead of us, and we can then start the ball rolling. Okay, so there's the brake calipers. You can see they have not been in the best of condition. We've got a little bit of stuff up there, corrosion to the springs, so I think that would indicate to me that we'll probably will end up having to change maybe all of it or part of it. I'm not too sure at the moment. There's obviously no leaks, which is good. For completion, I think we'll probably end up changing that whole strut. So moving on down then, in fact I'll get into a different position. Okay, so we've got, the lower track rod arms. They've probably seen better days. Just we can get a little bit closer. There we go. So I think on that score we probably will replace that. There's the other side. Just trying to get rid of the shadows. I mean, they're not bad, but they have been sat in a sort of grassy gravel field for 4+ years. The downpipe, the flexi, the outer bit seems to, it's obviously sort of deteriorated, but at the moment I can't see any breaks within that. So I'm in two minds whether to actually change that or not, or more importantly, is that classed as a fail, even though it's not blowing through. I don't think it is, but I know I do want to replace that original cat while it's in this position, rather than just leave it, because I can't do any emissions testings here. I'd have to take it to an MOT tester. We think we know what the cause is in regards to the spark plug gaps were way out. I'm in two minds at the moment. I'll probably tackle this later on. If it's not blowing, then it's okay, but we'll see. I think the joint's just there. I might end up changing it, to be fair. I'm not too sure at the moment. Okay, so obviously the bushes there, they've seen, just trying to get the light in the right position, they've seen better days. Okay. I did notice when we had it on the forklift last year, I did see quite a bit of movement on it. We've got stuff in there. So what's that, the sway bar, is it? We'll probably have a look at that because that's got corrosion on it. Not too sure how good the mounts are. They look okay, but looks could be deceiving, can't they? But the main one is, I can't see it from here at the moment, the back end of this joint here, those have actually gone. So the rubber joints above this, they've actually perished. I think it's just about to see the other side. Yeah, they're not looking the best. I have decided that it will be a subframe change, so I can get a brand new one with the bushes already included, or fitted, I should say. So we're going to go down that route. We'll get those changed out. When I get a bit more time, I'll have a look at just that under that front arm there, just see what condition it is. If I can recover it, great. Overall, the little bit of seepage here, this is our brake fluid where it overfilled, so it's just naturally dripping down at the moment, so all this will get cleared up. This is the back end on there. We've got a lambda sensor. I'll probably pull that and have a look at it. If it just needs a clean up, then again we can get away with maybe just cleaning it. So we'll have a look at that later on. I think the main thing for this is get the subframe changed, the lower arms changed. We'll have a look at, apologies for the shadows, we'll have a look at this bar and see if that does need changing. The ball joint themselves, I did see a rip on one of these. Apologies, I'm trying to move the camera around. I did see a tear in one of these. In fact, yeah, it's just there. So it will need changing. So we can change that out. That's not an issue. I'll just move out of the way. Okay, so we've had this arch covered off for quite a while. We've already done some cleaning around that area, so we'll just do another clean and put additional sealer on it, but it looks in really good condition, so that's not an issue. Yeah, see, we've got some stuff there needs to look at. Need to look at the gaiters as well, the drive gaiters, front and the rear ones, just to make sure they're in good nick. Obviously the calipers, they've seen better days. The discs, yeah, just change them. I'd rather just go for a complete new set. At least then I know I've got good discs all around. Well, the other side is pretty much a mirror image, so there's no point me going into too much great detail on that side. So moving up to obviously the front end of the car. Lift up. There we go. So I have taken some time in cleaning this up before. Obviously we took the scuttle panel out, we took all the stuff out of there, all the rubbish that I collected over the years. The wiper arm assembly is good, so that's all been lubricated. Cleaned out all the obvious nests and various other things that was in there. Removed the cabin filter. We've got a new one on its way. So yeah, overall it's not a bad looking car, to be fair. Some stuff down there, we'll have a look at the gear linkages later on, just to make sure there's not too much slop in them. If not, we can replace the bushings on them. Battery need to be replaced. This one's just living its last life, so it holds a charge, but it's not the best in the world. Obviously the cover, yeah, I think from the previous videos I showed you some of the issues we had with this originally, in regards to it not running correctly, but that's all working perfectly fine at the moment. So when we get to do the servicing, pull this off, new air filters, oil, gearbox oil, new spark plugs, and we'll have a look at the leads as well, just in case the leads might need replacing. But overall, not too bad. She's in relatively good nick. Got to clean up obviously the insides of here. There's some debris that's come in. This side's probably worse. You see all the debris that's in there. If I can try and somehow get in there and clean all that up, then great. Failing that, I might have to go for a replacement. I'd rather not, but we'll see. Obviously, to get these off, I've got to pull the main front bumper, so that will be disconnected over time. Like I said, it's something for me to be getting on with towards the autumn winter months now. That's a bit too dark down there, isn't it? Okay, but essentially it's a relatively decent and cleanish car. One last thing that we need to look at then is, when we brought the car in, obviously we had to transfer the tools and everything from the boot back to the front area, and just move everything that I don't need into the boot area, because that's not going to be worked on anymore. One of the things we did find, and unfortunately I can't show you, but essentially, let me just get, there's Boris. Yep, he's taking the mick. It's taking way too long. And as you can see, there is excess room. Not. Just here, there's a wiring loom that comes through up to here and then into the rear of the door. We took the grommet off and peeled it away because there was a bit of a cut in one of them, and we noticed that a couple of the wires are actually exposed. Obviously over time that wire has got a bit brittle, and with this being open and closed, the outer sheathing of some of the wires have actually come away, exposing the internals. So we're going to look at getting that replaced. I think there's a repair kit you can buy. Comes with a new the new grommet sleeve and a set of wires, and then basically all we need to do is, from where the roof is, just pull those wires through a little bit, cut it, and then re-splice, sort of thing. So that'll hopefully sort that side out. I think there's 2 or 3 really bad wires on there. On the other side, we noticed a similar sort of issue. I think there's only 4 wires on that side. 2 of them had a couple of nicks in. We might just get away with doing a repair on it because there's no corrosion or anything on those wires. This one, the radio antenna, now that we've got access to the back of it, we noticed that there was a bit of a bodge job with the connection. So we're going to have to get a new one of those, which are very easy to get hold of. So we can deal with that probably in the winter months when I not be doing anything on the front. We'll get the garage door open, we'll do this wiring, we'll do that, we'll get all that changed out, and that more or less completes this back end then. General condition of the car is okay. Obviously Boris is sat here doing his thing. I think he's getting impatient. The headliner, we're in a position now where we can get in and undo the rest of the bits and pieces. We'll get those that removed. I'll get that sent off for have a new install fitted. But obviously everything else is a lot cleaner than when you saw it 18 months ago. Which is all good. God, there's just not enough room to breathe. Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh yeah, the other thing, our scuttle panel. Obviously, we've got a little clear panel here that allows you to read the VIN code. Rather than get a whole new piece, I think what I might do is get a Dremel, or maybe a sharp knife, and just cut out this plastic window here, because there's nothing there really. All they've done is heat bonded it on, and then clean it up, and then get another bit of very, very thin plastic or perspex. I mean, that's so thin, it's a bit like that semi-rigid plastic packaging you can get. So my thinking was to put a new one on there and have that bonded in, so we can actually see the VIN number. In fact, something of that type of grade, but obviously flat, that's all I'd need. So got to keep an eye out for one of those, and that'll be an easy fix. There's nothing else wrong with this scuttle panel, it's in a really good condition, so that's an easy win. Other than that, all we've got left after that then, once everything's been done, this will probably take us into, where are we now, August? That'll probably take us into March next year. If I can get it done sooner, I will do. But again, it's money, it's time constraints. If I had 600 quid, 500 quid, I could buy all the bits right now and have spare cash and get the liner done. And obviously the wing, we did say that the wing was damaged. It's got a bit of a dent there. It's actually pulled it out slightly. Just get the so it's pulled that out. Bit of a, and you can see is doesn't quite fit in, that sort of thing. Because it's a bolt on, I'll probably just end up replacing that. You can get them pre-sprayed. I've got the colour code. I think it's just be a case of just ordering a new panel and then bolt it back on. The doors, I don't know what you can see, but there is just underneath, it is quite difficult to get it in this corner, just by the side, just below the actual handle, near where this trim is, there's some damage there. Not much. I could probably get away with filling that, It wouldn't take much to fill it, and then obviously sand it down and get it primed. In reality, I don't know at the moment, because both doors are affected. They've got a couple of dents in both doors. So I may end up, once it's had its MOT, get it down to somewhere in Swindon or whoever's got a good deal and get them to repair those two panels. That's it for now. That's me update. Just to sort of let you know that the only things we haven't done is, because it's now sat on its rear axle, the two main axle bolts, they need to be torqued. We'll get that done at some point. But all the other bolts that were on the rear, so the calipers, the mounting bolts, all that sort of stuff, they were rechecked using a friend of mine's torque wrench. So I'm happy with all them. There's a fixing that I need to get for the cable, brake cable, and it's looks something like that. They're quite an elusive bit to get. The description says it's a e-brake retaining clip, or e-brake cable retaining clip. I obviously need to get another one of those because the other one didn't come out of the old axle. But it's cosmetic more than anything else. The cables aren't dangling down. But yeah, if anyone knows where I can get one of these for and not pay stupid money for them, let me know. Put a comment in below. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the mini update. Apologies about the other video. I was a bit gutted when I found that it actually started recording the floor, because you don't actually get to see the car sort of running and manoeuvring back in here, which my daughter Jess kindly helped us with on Friday. So that was good. But other than that, yeah, happy with what we've done, and now the work begins again. Bye for now.